What's up, everyone? All Barcelona fans and football fans, back again here with on another video after a while. I know it's been a week or two, but I've not been feeling so well, so I couldn't film anything really. A couple of days ago, I had high fever as well and all that kind of stuff, so I couldn't really do it. But now I'm feeling a bit better, so I'll try to do it as good as I can. Sorry if I'm not looking the best of in the best also aesthetic, but I'm gonna try to do my best to bring out everything, because there's a few things to talk about that have been going on lately. I'm gonna talk about our most recent performances, and some more on the updates on the on the next coach who's gonna succeed Xavi, and also some other stuff too going in there about some transfers and who we want to go for or not in the summer regarding forwards. So let's just get into it. Let's start off with the performance and all that. Last time when I did a video, I said that we were back on winning ways. Well, after that, the Granada game didn't go too well. We didn't lose, but we didn't win either. So it was a 3-3 draw, and it was just absolutely terrible how we handled that game. Just nothing worked. Absolutely nothing. Like we couldn't control the game at all. And that's against bottom Granada. Like, they're in the relegation zone. And we struggled that much. We took them a few times. We got back into it. We took the lead, got back into the draw. And then we conceded once more again shortly after. And we kept going like that. In the end, thankfully, Lamine Yamal saved us a point with his what a wonderful goal at the end. Like, his performance in that game was the best. Like, he was the only one who really did try up front that much. He has been absolutely brilliant. The kid has such incredible talent, and he has kept showing that so much throughout these last few weeks. 100%. And sorry for that, by the way. It's the fire alarm thing that I need to change the batteries for it. But it's been like with with Lamine. He's been just this constant great factor in the team. He's been the one who's given us energy. He's 16 years old, and he's been like one of the only ones who actually tried up front. Who's actually been there, done some great stuff. And it's been great to see. But in that game, it was just the whole team just didn't work at all. It was a terrible performance. We're even just I don't even know, like, if we even deserve the draw there, but thankfully at least we didn't lose. But that draw kind of felt like a loss, judging by the circumstances and like how we played and everything. It kind of really felt like a loss. It wasn't really anything spectacular to even talk about with the performance with that draw, which is a total contrast in the last game I'm gonna be talking about, which I'll get to in a couple minutes. But that game we messed up, and it just did not feel good. I really messed that up. But since then, in the week after, the league has kind of opened up a little bit again. You know, Real Madrid have been drawing like a couple games. They drew against Rayo Vallecano. Girona lost their game recently against I don't even remember who it was now, but they lost their game recently, and that leaves up for us to get closer. And we won against Celta Vigo, barely, might I add, but we did manage to get the 3 points there. But even then, that performance also not good. You know, In that sense, it was not. It only thanks to a like last minute like penalty that we kind of got the win. uh, and even then, that was also just like it sucks when you have to get bailed out like that, but that's what happened. Thankfully, we did get that, and thankfully, Lewandowski did score that. But it was not a confident victory, and not one I can really say that we even deserved overall. We went 1-0 up in the first. Yes, that was good. A good goal there, Lewandowski. But then, like in the beginning, sometime later on, we just messed it up again and let Thiago Aspas score against us again in such a stupid way. And then we're feeling like, oh god, like now we're just gonna go and mess it up all again. This is gonna be another terrible, annoying performance versus Celta Vigo like we've seen before. Um, and it was. We didn't look too much more confident to score it anyways. Some of the players tried, but overall, it just didn't. We didn't. It just feel like you could do anything. Thankfully, though, we did get a penalty in the end, and that gave us the chance to score. And Lewandowski, he put it away very well, and we did get the 3 points, luckily. But that was mostly luck. We definitely did not earn that in any like really great way, and it was very frustrating. That should not be happening like that. But we do get that, and at the moment it stands that we're just like around maybe 2 points behind Girona right now, and also possibly I think it's like maybe 7 or 8 points behind Real Madrid. So the league is open again, at least for now. It's still nothing is impossible. There's still plenty of games to go, we can still turn this around. But it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take for us to keep winning. We have to keep winning. We can't afford to lose any more points. And we have a game, I think, I don't know if it's tomorrow or on Sunday. I don't know when it is, but this weekend we have a game against Getafe. And that's usually a game that's very tough for us. That's usually something that's very, very tough for us, no matter if it's home or away. Getafe are usually that kind of team that's very annoying to play against, and it's just we usually struggle a lot. And the last few games that we played against them have been like draws mostly, and it's some of them even 0-0 draws. So it's just annoying. I hope tomorrow we can get in there and actually perform well and actually just make sure that we do get the 3 points, even if it just is a 1 or 2-0. I don't expect us at all to be going out and scoring multiple goals. I know we don't have this super capability to do that, but at least score 1 or 2. Like that's all I want. I want us to just go there and confidently try to control the game and confidently win it. Because that's what we look like to be almost doing in the Champions League game, first leg against Napoli. And it's so frustrating because of one stupid mistake there, and also some bad second half game management by Xavi that we messed up and only got away with a 1-1 draw. Because throughout that game, we were the better team. Napoli couldn't barely even do. Napoli in the first half. Let's talk about this game now. Napoli in the first half, they didn't even have a shot on target, a shot at all. Even we didn't let them breathe. We were going at them full force. We were fully, strongly just going at them, and everything looked beautiful. The control in the midfield, the the defense, and the build up to in the attack. The build up in the attack was great, but there was just one thing that was bad, and that was constantly is plaguing us all throughout this season and past season too, in a way. The goal scoring, the finishing, and the being clinical. That's a huge problem for us. So many chances created in the first half. Absolutely, incredibly a lot of chances. Great, some of them really, really great chances as well. But we could not put it away. And yes, their goalkeeper, he saved a lot of the chances too. But we should at least a half down. We should have been up 1 or 2-0. If we could have just put away some of those shots. But sadly, we missed so much. We could have finished that game off in the first half if we were just more clinical, if they were more focused up front. And towards the end of the first half, we looked a little bit more shaky and let them in a little bit. And that continued somewhat in the beginning of the second one too. But then we stepped it up again, and around the 60th minute, finally, once more, we did finally get our goal. And it's very much, it was a sigh of relief for most of us. Like, yes, okay, good, we got our goal. Thank God for that. Now let's just control this, because we know how the things have been in recent times. We all know. When we go up 1-0, after that, we just go on to just mess everything up. We go on to mess things up entirely. Just not doing like we should, and just losing the control of the game completely. And letting the opponent come in and letting them score. And I was hoping to God that we wouldn't do that again, but we did. Around 15 minutes later, a dumb mistake, maybe thanks to some exhaustion on the side of the players or whatever. We let Osimhen in, and he scores. Absolutely horrendously just stupid that we just let that slip and like that, and it was annoying. It was really, really annoying. But it could have been avoided. And the big factor that could have helped to avoid that was Xavi's game management in the second half. The substitutions. This is not even the first time he's been doing something like this. He waited until around the 80th minute to bring his first substitutions in. I knew as soon as he didn't do any substitutions early in the second half, I knew that this is not going to go well. I knew, even if we score first, things were not going to go smoothly. And they didn't. Because the players got exhausted. The midfield and the defense. They cannot go the whole game without just going fully without getting exhausted. Of course not. They were all trying their best, and we were playing good in the first half. But after playing so much and so great in the first half, you do get tired. And that's why you do need to make some substitutions. But okay, I think, okay, you don't do them in the beginning of the first half, fine. Or second half, fine, okay. You maybe want to try out and try to see where things are going. I can maybe understand that. I can get it. But why then would you go on to not make any substitutions at all after we score our first goal? Why would you not then bring on another fresh forward, right? Or not, and a midfielder too, to help us out with the speed and the passing and all that? Why would you not do that? Why would you not go on to do that then? To pressure them more. Go harder at them. What more would you want to do then? Like, what more can you... Like, There's nothing to lose. We are 1-0 up. We should be pressuring them like crazy then. Just like we did in the first half. But now you got your goal. The floodgates could be open. You should be going at it now. Bring in Victor Roque. Bring in Fermin Lopez. And go more quicker forward. Try and go for that second goal. But what does Xavi do? Nothing. Nothing at all. Instead, Napoli makes some substitutions off that, obviously. And heck, they even made substitutions earlier than that as well. The coach that's been coaching that Napoli team, he's only been there for 24 hours, and he made a smarter decision in terms of substitutions than what Xavi did. And that just boggles my mind. Why in hell would you not make substitutions in that moment? If you didn't do them in the beginning of the second half, then at least do it now. When we have something. When we have something to build on. We have a momentum. We're 1-0 up. Push even more. This is not just a random league game. You can just wait out and you can... There's plenty of games to go and you can afford to maybe mess around and get a draw here and there. No. This is the Champions League. You cannot be messing around like that. And what happened then? He didn't make those substitutions after he scored. And we just, of course, we backed off, slowed down, and then they scored. And that ended up being the final score, the 1-1. Because there was nobody everybody's exhausted. He went into the 80th minute. Not even after they scored, he didn't do anything. No, he went into the 80th goddamn minute to bring in Rafinha, out of all people. Not Victor Roque. Roque didn't even feature in this game at all. He didn't even bring him on at all. No, he brings in Rafinha, the wrong Brazilian. You shouldn't be bringing in. And then he waits a little bit more, and then he fucking throws in a couple of the other ones like Felix and so on, just thinking they're gonna do anything in just 5 or 6 minutes time or something. Way too little time for a substitute to make any goddamn impact at that point. That only works when you're in a critical situation, when it's like a all motivational thing, when you try to, in the end, when it's like something dire. You can maybe throw in somebody and they can maybe get to going and coming clutch. But this is not that situation. This situation is entirely different. You don't do these things like that in Champions League round of 16 games like this. Seriously, you cannot be doing that. It's unbelievable how bad Xavi managed that game in terms of those things. Just, it was so frustrating. It pissed me off, really. Because now we need to take it to the Montjuic. Now we need to take it to our home ground, which isn't even like a home ground. And we have to try to get something there. Then we have to try to get something in that situation then, and it's gonna be even more pressure on us. We could have finished it all off in this game, but instead we just made it more harder for us. Now they need to go there and make sure to play perfectly and be clinical. Play like they did in the first leg, but actually score more this time. We cannot mess this up. Not against a Napoli team like this who's struggling even more than us. We couldn't manage to score more than one on a Napoli team who just changed their coach 24 hours earlier. That is just unbelievable. Everything else looked great that was not, but that single little goddamn detail of scoring just messed it up. Plus, Xavi's inability to make substitutions when he needs to do. And it's not just like it's one thing. As I said, he has been doing this before as well. I hate when coaches wait too long to make substitutions. We just sit and scream, make some substitutions. What are you waiting for? I can't understand why some coaches do that. Don't you see the players are freaking goddamn exhausted? I can understand doing that when it's like some late game or when we're multiple goals up and then you don't make any substitutions or something. Or you have control or something like that. Then I can understand that. But in a situation like this, when a win in this game would have meant so much. It would have helped us out so much. A draw overall is not a horrible result here. It isn't. But judging by how well we played and how we had it in our hands and we couldn't get it done, that's what's frustrating. That's the problem. If this was like Napoli just playing really, really well, and they were a super strong team, and we just managed to scrape by a draw because we were able to match them, then yeah, it was a tough game, then I wouldn't complain. I would have said, okay, it was a tough game. But it wasn't. This wasn't a tough game. We were the better team that night. This game, we were the better team. Okay, yes, they did come out back into it. They weren't. I'm not. No disrespect to Napoli. They did play a little bit better in the second half, but mostly only because we let them. We stepped back even more and let them come in again. That's why the goal happened. And they only stepped back because exhaustion kicked in, and Xavi didn't make any substitutions. In the midfield, everybody was exhausted. Instead of like subbing out like Gundogan or Frankie or something, and bringing in Fermin, who is more fresher, who can help control the midfield, who can help get the balls up. He does nothing. Well, they bring on a lot of other people, and even after Osimhen scored, they even subbed him out after he scored. He did like, yeah, okay, he scored. He even makes that Napoli coach made decisions directly that way too. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I can understand Xavi maybe not doing it if there were no players to sub on. If the bench was empty. If there was too many injuries. And he had nothing on the bench. Then I would have understood that you can't do much. But we had so much on the bench that he could have brought on. There's João Felix. There's Victor Roque. There's Fermin Lopez. There's freaking like all those players. Rafinha. There's so many players you could have brought on earlier that could have changed the game. Either in the beginning of the second half, or after we scored a goal. There's two moments you could have done it that could have changed everything. But he just sat back, did nothing. And let those tired players still just tire themselves out even more. Of course you're going to concede that. They only needed that one shot. That was their first shot on target. And they only needed that because we let them in. And we're too tired. Yes, it was a bad mistake from Inigo Martinez. But, jeez. Obviously, some mistakes gonna happen because you get tired. Because you don't make any substitutions. It just boggles my mind entirely how it can be so dumb and not do anything. When you see that, when you know you have great players who can come in and help you out. It would be another thing if he didn't, but he does. And he still does nothing. In neither of those situations, He waits until the end. The last 10 minutes. What is anybody that comes in gonna do in 10 minutes? Or, okay, 14, maybe 14, 16 because of extra. But even that, like, right? What is anybody gonna do that from that? Coming in by the end of the game. When the whole other everybody around them is also exhausted, and the whole feeling of the game is just sour, pretty much, or feels bad because of we conceded that goal. Instead of bringing somebody on, someone like when we have the spirit, when we have the passion, now yeah, we scored. Now bring somebody else in like Vitor Oco and Femi and go for more. They're motivated, right? We can go more for this. We will finish this off. We missed a lot in the first half, but that's okay. Now we can make up for that. Score at least one more. I'm not expecting him to come and score more, like 100 goals, but at least one more goal, right? And a 2-0 victory here would have been perfect. That would be a wonderful result to take to the back to Barcelona. But no, he decides to just let it all play out until the end and just panic, and by the end, I just know this almost time's up, and he just throws everybody in then. And it's all a jumbled mess. Most of this failed to win is definitely on Xavi. 100%. He's most to blame here. Yes, there's also forwards that they couldn't score. The players they didn't have the ability to score. It's also on them a little bit for that. But it's mostly also on Xavi. Didn't do the right decision that he had to do as a coach when he needed to. I hope he doesn't repeat that in the return leg. I hope everybody knows and learns from this and goes full force next time. If we do get a goal before them, we need to go for more. We need to 100% go for more directly. Doesn't matter. We cannot afford to sit back. Go directly. Extend the lead. Because we cannot let them score. Because if they do, they can hold it off to go on to extra time and all that shit. Or penalties. And we don't want that crap. We don't want that at all. So, please. Barcelona. Xavi. Players, please. Just think next time. Do it rightfully. It's annoying. It really is annoying, and I can't I've ranted for long. I need to get to the other topics as well, but that's what happened in the Champions League game. That's the point. We all right. I can't even speak. That's the position we are in right now, going into the second leg, at a 1-1 draw. I still believe we can do it, because I'm very much positive we can, because we saw a wonderful performance. We did deserve to win that. So because of that, because we still did perform really well, I still do believe that we can go through. We just need to make sure to be clinical next time and not make the same mistakes, both Xavi and the players. Hope they learn from this and they can fully get it done, and we can get into the quarterfinals. And then we'll take it from there, On other places, well, there hasn't been much. I haven't talked much about the other results in the Champions League for other teams. I don't have too much, but it's mostly the standard things that you think is gonna happen. Mostly, Inter beat Atletico Madrid the first time. I think Bayern lost to Lazio in the first leg last week. And there's been some other things like that as well. City won their game. Real Madrid once again. I'm not gonna go into it, but just yeah, you know what it is with them there. If you haven't already seen it online, just yeah, it's typical stuff. But whatever. Now we're not gonna focus on that. Focusing on Barcelona, and hopefully we can get this done. Hopefully now in the weekend we can get another win too. against Getafe. That's what I need to see from the team now. Win, win, win. These are the last two competitions we're in. The league and the Champions League. We need to get this done. Do our best to go for and try to get back into the title picture in the league and try to go as far as possible in the Champions League. For many different reasons in that aspect. As we need to go farther into the Champions League than Atletico Madrid if we want to qualify for the Club World Cup. Next sometime, I think next year or whenever it is. We need to do that. And we need to finish on at least second place in the league as well. So there's a lot on stake here. Like there's a lot that needs to just there's a lot of things that can that really lies on us really getting in our wins again and just not making dumb mistakes anymore. And hopefully the team can gather around. And I've seen, I forgot to mention, in recent weeks, Lewandowski has come back to his good form again. He's been scoring pretty much every game now, and that's wonderful to see. He's come back into good form again, and that's definitely wonderful. We do need him. He's a world-class striker, and we do need him at his best at this time of the season. 100% we do in the knockout stage of the Champions League, in these deciding months of the league. We do need him in every game to be at his best, and at least be involved somehow in a goal, like either an assist or or scoring. So hopefully hopefully he can keep that up, and everybody else as well can just do better too. But now let's get into the other stuff quickly before this video gets too long. We have some of the transfer stuff. First, I'll go over before I go into the final thing for the cultures. There is some rumors about us trying to go for a big, I think, big forward, a big wing forward. This summer. I'm hoping we can get somebody. It's gonna be tough, but they're trying to work it out with the financial stuff and all that things too. Maybe we'll sell a couple players, but the rumored players that have been set up are, of course, the main ones is Kylian Mbappe, but that's not really even. That's just a rumor, and I don't think that's definitely not gonna happen. But he's more closer to Real Madrid or Liverpool than it is to us. So, but it has been talked about, of course, by the media. But then we also have those who are more likely, and there's two from from the Serie A who are like, one actually from Napoli and one from Milan. The one from Napoli is I don't even know how to pronounce this name. Like it's just you know who I'm talking about. Quanchelia, or whatever, however you pronounce his name, you know, that guy. This guy, he's one of the top runners that could be possibly in the running to join Barcelona. His agent likes Barcelona, but he hasn't really made a decision. He hasn't talked with the club or anything like that. But there's been some reports of least from that he could be an option. Then, of course, from Milan we have their big star player there, Rafael Leao, which will be a very good addition for us. But it's tough to see really how it can happen. Like it's not impossible, but it's gonna take a lot, definitely. I would think that he would be open to join us, but it's it's all in the matter of the financial situation and all that kind of stuff. And Leao is a big player, like that will probably cost a good sum because he's very important to Milan. So we'll see what happens. But he is at least one of more of those who is also rumored that could be one of the main targets that Laporta and Deco want to go for. And we'll see if the new coaches also want to go for him or something. We'll see who who wants what, and the but those are at least the two main rumored ones there. And there's some other things here and there that can be discussed, but it's not nothing too concrete yet. By some other players as well. Um, then we have some rumors about some exits, and there's been a lot of things with Frankie De Jong in the media. Obviously, once more, they're always talking about him, the problems with the club, and just making up a lot of stuff about him. The media is always just making up a lot of bullshit all the time. But thankfully, he came up before the Napoli game in the press conference, and he explained everything absolutely wonderfully. He set everything straight, and he said that he wants to be here for many more years. He has no problems. He doesn't want to make anything difficult. And recently, his agent had a meeting with Deco, and that meeting ended very well, very happily. So it seems that yeah, the player, he wants to stay. Frankie wants to stay, and he likes the club. He doesn't want to leave. So hopefully that gets sorted out. Maybe he can lower his wages or something, and he can stay at the club because he's one of our main best players in midfield. It will be a shame to let him go. And we always hear this shit every time, every summer. When there's some little rumor about him going. You know, these clubs just they get in there at once. Now recently, Paris Saint Germain was added into that, I think, or something. But also have this like Manchester United being the main one, always trying to sign him up. And just Ten Hag wanted him when he first joined as coach. So it's it's a lot like that. But I think they will make it all work, and he'll be staying at Barcelona past this season as well. He will not be leaving, I don't think. But there's also another rumor that was about just came out today that there's come an interesting offer in for Marc-Andre ter Stegen from Saudi Arabia, which I don't think nothing's gonna happen with that. A lot of people say, "Oh, we can take a good chance to sell him right now." That would be the most stupidest thing we could ever goddamn do. That would be as idiotic as United letting go of the yeah, because he was clearly better than Onana. No, but really, jokes aside, 100% will be the dumbest thing we can do at the moment. Who are we gonna replace him with, huh? Ter Stegen has been a brilliant goalkeeper for us, and who the hell are we gonna replace in that short notice in the summer? Who? What are we gonna bring the J in? Like he's not gonna fit. Like how stupid is that? There's no other goalkeeper that fits as well in the caliber of Marc-Andre ter Stegen at the moment out there that is free to go. There's nothing at all. Nothing. There's no other goalkeeper that fits us at the moment. It will be an absolute shame and stupid decision to even entertain that idea at all. Not now. He at least has a few more years in him at Barcelona. At least 5 or 6 more years or something, or even more, before we can even start to possibly think about him leaving. There's no one else who can fit better. He fits this club. He's good in this club. So it's yeah. I don't. I just it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't think anything's gonna happen with that. I don't think Mark wants to leave. He has his family here. He just got another son, I believe, and his two children were born, and he's been doing well here. He loves to see. So, same with Frankie. So it's neither. I don't see either of them leaving this summer. That those are definitely the untransferable, two of the most untransferable players. 100%. Those are those untouchable players, along with a few others. So I definitely don't see anything happening with that. That would be an absolute massive mistake. But yeah, but that's pretty much in that sense about the transfers. Finally, let's end it here with the some updates about the coaching stuff. It looks more and more likely like it's going to be Hansi Flick who will be taking over after Xavi. There has been somewhat more contact in there with him, and there's been some talks, and Fabrizio has also confirmed even more. Like I said last, like he wants to come. He's really open to join. And he doesn't. There was some rumors about Bayern Munich maybe wanting to take him in, but he doesn't feel like he wants to come in and just be a short-term extra thing for Bayern. He doesn't want to return there. He would rather go and take on a new, bigger project like Barcelona. So everything is really set there for him to really do come to the club. Hopefully, just can all be materialized and just work out well. There's been some saying that he doesn't have any major demands. He just wants to choose his own coaching staff around him. Maybe that's the only thing. And we'll see then in the summer if he does get appointed, what he feels with all the players and what he wants to, how he wants to build his team and what players should come in, what players should go. But I think if he comes, I think we can see Lewandowski still stay and uh, be under his very good best again under Flick once more because he's worked with him before. Even Gundogan too. He's worked with Gundogan too in the national team before, so he knows those players very well. Um, so I think in the German national team, so and with Lewandowski at Bayern, so I think it will be good. And also, there's been some, right? I forgot to mention with the players. There's been some rumors about like Kimmich, Kimmich coming, be bringing him in or some others like that. There's plenty of that stuff out there, but nothing is really set in stone as well with this with Flick. Nothing is 100% confirmed yet, but it looks more and more like they're leaning towards him, and I think that's the best choice, 100%. The Zebri, I know this disrespect to him, but he's not on that level. We need somebody who's experienced, who has been in winning stuff with a big club before. Flick has won the treble with Bayern before, right? With pretty much almost the double too. So he's been doing great stuff with another big team. That's the stuff we need. Somebody who knows how it is to be on those high pedestals, how to be working with a with a major team and get to those points and do those big nights in Europe and also in the league too and all that stuff. And he's the best choice for us right now because some of the other ones who have been like out there, like Jurgen Klopp and all that stuff, that's already directly was out of the picture because that's definitely not going to happen. As Jurgen probably will be taking a year off and all that stuff. So definitely, Hansi Flick is the best choice. The Zebri is not the right coach for that. Doesn't have the right experience yet for something like that. He'll be pretty much the same situation, kind of like Xavi, though even maybe even worse. Maybe I don't know, because at least Xavi has had some mentality with the club and managed to bring out something on the club, and we won two titles under Xavi and could possibly do more. But his final season, like he brought us back from mid table to the top table again, so in the top three. So I don't think that Zebri has that mentality to really do it. He's doing well with a team like Brighton. A team like Brighton fits him, right? But not a team like Barcelona. Definitely not. That's almost the same situation there, like any other assistant coach taking over for somebody. It just doesn't really fix in there. It's almost with like with Arteta. Really, he's done great with Arsenal, but he doesn't fully have that big game yet, like Pep has. So it is a situation like that. Yeah, I forget to mention Arsenal lost to Porto. But that is at least the situation right now with Hansi Flick. Hopefully that we'll know more soon, and hopefully that will be the coach we go for, because I think personally he will be the best choice. He will be the right choice. So yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it. That's all that to say today. A much longer video, I know, because I've missed a lot of different things, but hopefully the next one will be a little bit shorter. But if you did enjoy this, and once again, sorry for that beeping all the time, I need to change that, but it's just annoying. I changed that thing a couple of weeks back, but just a week or so after that, 2 weeks after, it started beeping again. It's so annoying. I just don't understand. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, leave a like down below, and also subscribe if you're not done that already, and ring that notification bell to get notified next time a video like this comes up again. And yeah, hope you guys have been enjoying this content, and you'll see more videos, more match reactions and stuff like that again, normally coming again now, as I'm feeling a little better. I'm sorry I once again that I didn't upload much, but as I said, I did not feel well, and I didn't want to record anything when I'm looking absolutely worse. Even worse than like, at least this, I'm somewhat, when I usually see me before, I could barely even sit up straight. I was feeling so bad. But anyways, that doesn't matter. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully, let's hope for a win tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a match preview or match review, or tomorrow or Sunday, whenever the game is. So keep an eye out for that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace, Barça.